Oh, we got an exciting week of me actually finishing games, which I will get to talk about, as well as the huge. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It is a Biendeo stream today on this fine 4th of May, 2026. I hope you're having a wonderful Star Wars day and a wonderful week as well. And a wonderful week ahead of you as well. Oh my gosh, so much stuff going on. Let's dive into Turok, and I will chat about what I've been up to, as well as also things in the news. It is May the 4th, yes. And, but yeah, no, it's been a somewhat chaotic week. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. But, well, maybe not a ton of stuff, but certainly I've got a good number of news. And, most importantly, I don't have to play any more Xenoblade Chronicles because I effectively hit the end point of what I really cared about, which is all good. I know I talked about hitting credits last week, and I sort of broadly spoke about the remaster. But anyways, also let's hope that I didn't change any graphics settings between trying to take a screenshot from last week's stream. But if you remember the first, as in I don't want to do the super bosses. Like, I fought the level 100 one. I'm cool. I don't need to fight the level 121. It's just there for, like, you did it. You did fight the level 121. But everything you need to see stops at the level 101. Because he drops the same item that you need as the level 121. Anyway, let's dive into the loaded save. We are somewhere near the back third of level 2. If you're curious about the inventory, this. Which means I might have missed stuff. Maybe, but we'll get into it. I sort of started on the spawn here. We've done, also for reference, I've done 1 sister and 1 soul gate. And we'll see how I go from here. And it's been a while since, it's literally been a week since I've been using mouse and keyboard. Long levels, they are kind of long levels. So, just in the, always coming at me. Always nibbling at my toenails. Okay. Wow, is that really the quick save? The quick save is nowhere near the real save. Okay, interesting. Coins are now useless, yes. Apparently my aiming is useless as well, so. And I remembered swimming is that, so. Is he actually no, he's not invincible in the water, it's just really resilient to me, like, doing anything, so how about let's just ignore him while he's in the water. Same with you, buddy, if you're gonna try me. But yeah, no, yeah, no, other than that, I've completely finished Xenoblade Chronicles. I got nothing to say about the base game other than, doing all the side content, again.
Game save.
I know, long game save, but I need to do that. See, who's blowing up on me? But I thought I'd get around to it. I should be able to finish the next level. Oh yeah, he's invisible! He's invisible! You can barely tell. But he is indeed invisible. How incredible is that? I gotta deal with invisible enemies, bro. It's so over. Oh my goodness. Jeez. But the one thing I didn't talk about last week on stream, because I hadn't played it, was the 2010's Future Connected DLC for... I really am glad I'm dodging every single one of these shots. And then also aiming so far up. Oh my goodness, the invisible dudes.
Game save.
Wow, why is this such a long save time, isn't it? Where do you go? Oh, he's over there. There he is. Yeah, no, go in for the news, because I'm gonna ramble on about Xenoblade otherwise. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's like, you see how long this has taken. Seriously, there's a real big pause on that. It is saving to an SSD, so it's, I can't tell. I really can't tell. Who knows? Oh my gosh, hi there. Oh, and I'm going back. We finally got a new dev jam. That's right, they're going back to the Mega Drive, aren't they?
Game save.
Yeah, is there a pre-cache option, just so I don't have to... That was a good flick shot, by the way. I do appreciate that flick shot. gosh, was that a solid headshot? There we go. Yeah, the last one was a compilation. I've honestly, since I've been playing Xenoblade this week, and also I played another game that wasn't on Retro Achievements, and I'm about to play another one that's also not on Retro Achievements. I've actually been a little bit out of playing that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it's the Mega Drive, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I saw that announcement. Oh, sorry, Master System Game Gear. Ah, there we go. One over.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Game
Gosh,
saved.
It's saving like that is really making me resilient or reluctant, sorry, to actually doing a save, but that's okay. But yeah, no, there's an abysmally low ammo counter, isn't there? This room looks very familiar to a previous one. Oh, he's still alive. Ah. Come at me. The Master System and the Game Gear? I actually don't know of any of the internal workings of the Game Gear, so I can't really attest to any specifics, but if they're the same, then that's actually kind of... I got a lot of weird overlapping titles, I know that.
Mag 60.
I don't know, I thought it was writhing. Their animations really take their time. I guess part of me does wonder how much, how many people are gonna like play Game Gear games, but Master System, definitely a vibe, definitely something good to
Tech
keep up.
bow. Sniper
What's with
capability enabled.
What's with the glow in here? They really want me to snipe someone all the way at the far end of this corridor. I can't tell what I'm aiming at. Hold on. It only works if I hit them. I'm about to tech arrow this guy, aren't I? Come on. There we go. Nice. Oh, on the tail. On the tail. Oh, into space he goes. There we go. That is true. That is true. The Europeans generally do like all the Sega stuff. I think they sold fairly well over there as well. But it was particularly America. That was the most brutal one in the Super Nintendo generation. Look at this whole corridor that they walled off. Oh, and I gotta deal with these fellas. The invincible spiders. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi there. Hi, do you die? There you go. Yeah, we got spiders. When I was a girl, I was afraid of spiders. That's a quote from Window Pane. Oh, hi there. If only they actually animated them attacking you instead of just like wandering near you, you know? Look at this, I think I need an ability.
Game saved.
The Mega Drive from a marketing standpoint, but I'm pretty sure the Master System sold fairly well in Europe.
Tech bow. Sniper capability enabled.
I'm pretty sure the Daddy Longlegs is probably the like least like dangerous spider out there. Because its fangs are so tiny, but the way it works is like they just do the web traps, which for humans is, yeah, for humans the web traps are nothing, of course. But the whole point is that then the Daddy Longlegs is super unsatisfying for any other animal to even care about eating. So like, I'm worried about this two directions kind of thing going on here. Going up here. Hi there. Oh, he's running. He's a runner. This effect is a little bit curious on the screen space, isn't it? But yeah. Oh my gosh, where did these guys come from? But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected is the expansion bonus campaign, I guess. I wouldn't say expansion. but it's kind of like that. It's like a little mini DLC campaign, but it's on cartridge. For Xenoblade Chronicles, set a year after the game, you play as Shulk and Melia. You go to a random, you're going to the ruined capital of Alchemoth at the end of the events of the main game. Not really much of a spoiler, it's just it happens. Then you get shot down on your way up there, and you're on the Biona's shoulder. Also, 2 of Ricky's kids stowed away, so they help you tag along. And your goal is to somehow, well, I guess, fix this problem with some warring factions chilling on the shoulder. I'm so glad that worked. Wow. There's 2 kind of warring factions of people who have settled on the shoulder, as well as also a mystical Fog King, and it's your goal to somehow solve this whole problem. All in all, while kind of getting a bit of plot armor for... well, not plot armor, that's not the term, but Melia sort of has to fill in the blank of, well, how does she, gain those Empress kinds of traits about her? How does she properly rise to the throne? I shouldn't have worried about that one. But yeah, it's I mean, for story-wise, I think my biggest problem with it is, and not to say problem, but I think the biggest thing to sort of add is, if you're playing it for the story, just note that it's really filling in blanks that you could have guessed. Like, of course, Melia becomes Empress. Of course, how would I put it? Like, well, they really don't do anything else. Like, because most of the other characters aren't there. 2 of Ricky's kids is mostly just like an extension of, well, Ricky is a good father. Also, the 2 kids play exactly like Ryan and Shala, so don't expect any new mechanics whatsoever. The only thing that they do is that Shulk doesn't have visions anymore. And chain attacks have been replaced with a thing called the... I forgot the name of it, not on something. But they're all like explorers. And every time you find one on the shoulder, you have to do a quest for them. And once you... Oh, he's going invisible. He's going ghost. I think I got him in one go. I think I did, actually. Once you help them out with their quest, they tag along. They follow you for the rest of the journey. They do a little bit of damage here and there sometimes. And once you got enough of them, your chain attack bar actually does a knock-on strike, where you basically say, deal damage, please, and then it deals damage. With a little bit of a quick time event. Yeah, the invisible guys from Fear, yeah. I know I'm wandering around in circles, but I'm curious because of this path I didn't go down. Was it this way? No. Well, I mean, I definitely know I went in this room, but man, this whole area is very snaky, ain't it? Oh, hi there. Where'd you come from? Did I actually go in this room? I don't know if I did. Yeah, that's the ladder at the beginning. I didn't realize as well, trying to take a screenshot, these are actually differently rendered maps. Which I thought was kind of interesting. This is the auto map kill. I am running so little. I have so little ammo. I've got no pistol ammo. I've got 5 explosive arrows and 3 explosive shotgun rounds. Okay, so I did go left, and then we did all this stuff. Maybe I did? No, I've still... No, that room up in the top is, that's the room where I needed the ability. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of the only thing that's really new about the story. They've removed skill points and affinities, and so really this is your only sort of backup for that, which is okay at first, but you definitely feel like, you know, you're missing a little bit. I don't know why that... It's a bit curious, but okay, you know, let's keep that in mind. But that being said, I mean, you're ultimately playing this for it's a bit more Xenoblade. Yeah, I was thinking it might be or a little secret. Who knows? Remember, I do need to find all the stuff, and that is key number 2. I was thinking we're near the end of the level, and I'm worried I've missed something. But no, I think it's all fine. Other than Okay, you're not meant to jump that far. But that's fine. Oh, hi there. Oh. We didn't really get anywhere. We're sort of in the same corner. It just teleported me back with an enemy in front of me. Are we doing the same thing over here? We are! The jerk. They're really jerkish about this, aren't they? When people said they're stingy on ammo, they might have been right. And me playing on hard might be my death knell eventually, but you know what? We're gonna commit to it. Dang it. We're gonna commit. And this was the way to the end of the level, wasn't it? Yeah. Or the end of the map, I should clarify. Oh, it sucks having no ammo, does it? I can never tell if they're going invisible or whether they're just beeping. Well, at least we got a checkpoint thing, so I might as well use this to replenish my ammo. At least when I open it. We are gonna have to wing this one, aren't we? He's somewhere around here.
Game saved.
Come over here! Get over here! Okay, we're just gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it. Why not? What are they gonna do? Stop me?
Warp portal activated.
Try sneaking that one. Can't do it. But yeah, that being said, at the end of I'll read that in a moment. Requires the brown feather. Very nice. I'm so glad that this wasn't the one where I get ammo from. This is the one where I experience pain because they threw grenades exactly on the exit. Is that trank darts?
Shotgun.
Well, I mean, I guess more shotgun rounds is good. But trank darts? That's not what I need. I'll read what you said. The weekend's misadventures. I did not see any updates of that myself, so you're going to have to fill me in on that. Yeah, I got him there. There we go. He missed romantic. Oh. He got sad. You can always start again. Oh yeah, I did see that one. I did see that. I hope he's not doing it to prove to people anything. I hope he's just, yeah. Oh. Look at these tiny dudes. Look at them. They're jumping around. You would imagine they die quick, but they don't. Like, actually, why are they taking a sweet time? There we go. He wanted his medic GF. True. Don't we all?
Game saved.
What's the one famous one during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial when you get the picture of he asked Amber Heard to dress up as Mercy from Overwatch. It's just a picture of her in there. Oh my gosh, these guys! Hi there. But yeah, also, I did see that. Well, I saw the existence of the leak. I didn't see the actual. I am probably just gonna pop it because this guy is an absolute pain, and I have no ammo now. I actually have none. I've got the flare gun and 1 health. Hail Mary play right here. Oh, I gotta run past him. Sorry, man. Well, I know. Okay, well, at least there's a shotgun, but unfortunately.
Shotgun.
Yeah, that. That's okay. I know I gotta be in here at some point, so. I got telefragged! I got telefragged immediately. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about Xenoblade Future Connected otherwise. I mean, it's a nice bonus for the people who have the game. I think it's a fair... I like how, as I respawn, by the way, no ammo. You don't get ammo on death. Get your health back, but, fortunately, I gotta deal with these fellas, which I think these guys are gonna waste my... No, they do open doors. Okay. That was unaimed. Yeah, true. Where are some of these hits coming from? Oh, they home in, that's why. I do remember seeing someone say, isn't it fun that these guys sometimes take 1 hit and sometimes take 4 and you can never really tell why. Like, I feel like it's because I'm missing, but I really can't tell. I don't have any... I've never played Metal Gear Solid 2, so that's my problem there. Other than, how did this happen? But that means, you know, we're going to see some slightly wild stuff. Only slightly, because I'm not too sure how many people are actually going to make something out of, like, leaked source code in any way. Legally, you shouldn't make something out of it, but you know someone is. It's like, I'm pretty sure there was a Mario 64 source leak, and that was, it might not have exactly made the, oh, the Vita port, okay. It might not have been exactly what, made the decompilation effort, but I'm pretty sure people would have probably been referencing it. But yeah, not much to say about Future Connected. It's just nice to play, and I think it's a comfy bonus. That at least makes the Switch version a little nicer. I didn't realize, by the way, Melee in that game, how long is the thing? It took me 13 hours, and that was to do everything. I think you could probably beat it in a bit less, but yeah, it took me about that long. I didn't know Melia was voiced by, I forgot the actress's name, but she was the Doctor's assistant in Doctor Who, from like 2012. And I was like, I remember her from that. I was like, no way. It's like the only video game she's ever done. Like, I can't explain, like, I don't know, why is that on the CV there? Who knows, but props to her for coming back. Nice obelisk. They are very nice obelisk. Oh my gosh, excuse me, I would like to kill you in an appropriate number of shots. Holy crap, was that like 9? I swear, like, even if I'm missing some of them, a bunch of those were clean hits. So, I guess I can always wander back and grab the ammo that keeps respawning over here. And that one as well. I appreciate the respawning ammo. I'm not too I'm not too sure if it's my damage that's varying or whether it's just these guys. But I do remember feeling quite irritated by this section of the game. Because then it's also a bit of a maze hunt. I'm just gonna start ignoring. Well, I don't know if I should keep ignoring them or whether it's actually like I've got to be killing all of them. Yeah, you seem fine to die quick. Oh yeah, maybe not. Who knows? And these guys are gonna be all over the place. I played one other game this week, but I would generally say if you got other news items, you can get to it. Maybe I should actually talk through my news stories. It's just they are hitting from all the way over there, by the way. These are like impossible to avoid. They're just like, oh, that flat 2 damage right there. Dude, imagine being on the Nintendo 64 and dealing with this. Graveyard Great. I know it said gate, but I'm just saying great. What a great. My great-great-grandfather had a great that was as great as this great. So, anyway, let me drop some of my news stories. I've got a couple of AI ones. Mostly, we're dealing with the age of people raising prices on their AI services. So, I got the double whammy from GitHub. GitHub Copilot, which for reference closed off new signups a week and a bit ago. I'm not too sure if they've reopened by now.
Game saved.
Has said GitHub is moving to usage-based billing instead of subscription-based billing, which on the one hand I think is probably a bit more fair, but on the other hand is oh, that's evil water. I'm so glad.
7 lives remaining.
No, I'm good. Don't touch the evil water. Not too sure if there's much of a tell that it's evil water. Oh, I guess I should. Okay, yeah, no, I'm blind. I'm just blind. The other whammy as well. There's the bot. There we go. There's the scam. Thank you, scam. Every time, I tell you. But the other whammy as well is GitHub Cook. Oh, maybe the reliability is terrible, which I mentioned last week. But the other one as well is that GitHub Copilot code review will consume your GitHub Actions minutes. So you're sort of being extra billed to use this feature, which is a shame and is kind of annoying. Cube. Actually, it's a key, but it's a cube. Oh, hi there. Look, it's the same room, but again. Listen, if you're gonna have the horror section, at least the every eternal shotgun is awesome. Oh yeah, the noisy sound effects. Sorry, man. I keep turning to the side as well, which isn't fun for the microphone. Oh, I'll bring the mic a bit more like out at me. That'll be a bit better, won't it? So when I turn, it's not too far off. Is he shooting through the door here? But yeah, GitHub is using action minutes, which is I think it's a bit of a double whammy of just like, ugh. But I think most of these paid services are leaning towards this kind of monetization model where we cannot just provide subscriptions. Subscriptions sounded nice on the surface because subscriptions are what Netflix does and what various other things do. But clearly, how many software as a service things actually work via subscription? And the answer is quite a bunch. But usually it's a one-size-fits-all option that often can scale if they want to, because they just deploy more at AWS. AWS does not have enough infrastructure to actually keep up with the AI demand. And so that's why people are a bit about it. Hi there, booba lady.
Sister of Despair banished.
Isn't it weird that I'm pretty sure one of the enemies took more shots than that person? Sure. Oh my goodness, bullets! You know, for the gun.
I am Turok.
And also coins, because we did not have coins appearing a moment ago. I don't think there's anything around this tomb. I'm gonna wander up this hill and not get stabbed in the back. Hi there. Hi, would you like to die? There you go. Why that? Yeah, I did see the ladder. I was like, oh, okay. Something was weird there. Well, yeah. On the topic of charging a bunch for the same service, we have the double from Anthropic. If you're using Claude, if you have a file called Hermes.markdown, and I should have looked if this was actually a if Hermes is a AI tool or whether it's an artifact from something else. But if you have a file called Hermes.markdown, someone experienced that that Claude was consuming 20 times as many credits in response. Oh, I know, as a Greek god with the wings on his heels, like the messenger. I don't know what he's the god of. I just know he does messages. But yeah, consuming like 20 times as many credits, it is hidden. Well, it's not really DRM. It's like, it's just a stupid, how would I say, like, unboundedness of the language model, like, usage. It doesn't stay, you know, I guess, how would I say? Its usage isn't very consistent with the actual human usage or the amount that you really want to set up. Hidden jealousy? Maybe. It might have a bit of that. It might also just be programmed in, who knows. So, I mean, is that a dead end here, or? Like, I mean, it just kind of ends there, doesn't it? It doesn't really go anywhere once you're on the upper floor. Maybe I'll wander back, I'll witness something. These guys are going to keep respawning on me, aren't they? Maybe not. As another whammy as well, if you have a commit message that just includes the word OpenClaw, the exact same thing happens. It decides to consume more usage, and therefore more tokens, and you have to pay more. It's very bizarre. And the part that's super disappointing about both of these stories, the Get Up one at the very least is just like, they're charging more. Well, that's it. Hopefully. Is that someone raised it on their GitHub issue page, and I think they sort of did acknowledge it was a bug, but then they said, however, I need to let you know that we are unable to issue compensation for degraded service or technical errors that result in incorrect billing routing. Basically, whoops, we accidentally charged you more than what you really were meant to be charged, but we can't do anything about it. Which I feel like is against a lot of consumer laws around the world. It's invisible, that's why. But like, you really like, you can't fix this. You can't just give him credit or anything for this. I mean, if you really want to pocket the money, you give credit. It's like age-old company strategy of just like, well, you know. You can keep him locked in. I mean, he's most likely going to be locked in anyways. But like, streamers buffer. Dang it, Twitch.tv. Too busy having. Listen, there's some shonky Twitch streams out there. Some real bizarre people. But I've still got 0 on the stream number, which means Twitch. To some degree, it's like, it's always a combination problem of, you know, is it your end, is it Twitch's end, or is it my end? And Twitch has some stats somewhere tucked away to try and highlight who, you know, where that fault is lying, but, or at least if it's me or if it's you, but if it's them, they don't like saying it. If the CDNs are dying, they don't like saying it, which is a bit unfortunate. I hear YouTube's degrading a little bit like that as well. It's actually experiencing some weird downtimes and forcing people to experience some more ads in response. Oh look, a key. For level 4. You know, the level that, oh, I guess I actually think, oh my goodness, we somehow managed to find all the keys. How did that happen? He's real struggling, this guy. Darn. This looks like a very nifty end of level area, doesn't it? I mean, we got the sun, we got everything up there. Hi there, invisible man. I'm the invisible man. When is he dead? When is he dead? Now he's dead. He's very dead at this point. It's a bit of a cliff, though. Come on, guys. Come on. Hey, at least the respawning ammo makes me feel a bit better. It looks just like the area from the first stream. But yeah, all of these AI things, the point is that I think that the cost is going up, and everyone is definitely recognizing this. Partially because I think what's the easiest way to grow profit when your user base has hit its peak, or your costs are actually accelerating. And the answer is, you increase the cost on consumers. The question will be, have they proven that AI is important enough that their user base stays? And I think somewhat the answer is maybe, because I actually feel like the people who are paying into this thing are most likely in it for a really serious game. I don't think it's a ton of people, but the people who are paying are very paying. Mostly big companies, who mostly get it on some discounts as well, so it's less than the advertised prices, but it all looks good on paper, doesn't it?
Soul gate destroyed.
Take that, Soul Silver. really did take its time destroying that gate, didn't it? The whales. Yeah, somewhat the whales. Should there be a legless ghost somewhere?
Full health.
This just kind of seemed like another dead end. Which I don't mind a dead end, but I'm just curious where we're meant to be taking this. You know, let's check the mission status. I'm still missing another sister. Hey, soul sister. I've never heard that song in ages, have I? Who did that? Who did that? Where's this sound coming from? It's not down here, is it? No, it's the... Who knows? Is it from down here? I feel like I was just this way. Let's keep wandering around. See if I can figure myself out through this maze. This is just a balcony that I was on. Don't think I gained anything from being up here, but it's nice nonetheless. And this was a key, but it also overlooks this area, which was... Yeah, I guess mysterious. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, where is this mysterious sound coming from? We've gone through that portal already, and that was the portal way at the beginning. Maybe there's something over in the mysterious area where these guys have been chilling that I just ran past, and they keep respawning for some reason. Bit of a tricky jump though, isn't it? But I don't think he's hiding any mysteries over here. Yeah, okay. No, I don't think he's... Oh, well, he's hiding a key. Or a switch. Whatever that does. They'll release official Lego sets. The Genesis Mini Lego set. Oh, it's the end of the level. Hey, he's giving me a hug. Well, I mean, you know how it is. If I hit the end of the level, it tells me, you did bad. And you're all the way back at Dinosaur Land. Which is how you know. So let's hit the warp.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
I'm pretty sure they've at least got the thing at the end of the dinosaur section. Yeah, River of Souls city entrance. At least we've got that. Don't have to go through the whole dinosaur section. $40, jeez. I don't know why I went in the same portal.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
I would like to exit, please. Just... That's the warp I wanted to go in.
Bow. Sniper capability enabled.
Well, yeah, I'm curious where that other one is then. So look for the missing thingies on the map. Wherever they may be. Like, there's a little, you know, hidden area that might be nice. Maybe. Just gotta figure out how to get back up there. If possible, if at all. Hi there. Prancing around. There we go. Only other one I've really got to say is on the AI front. A whole bunch of early development. Shenmue 1. I have played Shenmue 1. The forklift sim. Lovely forklift sim game. If I sneak past them, you'll never know. I don't think there's really anything in this level. But yeah, the only other thing I've got in the AI section I've got is VS Code has been inserting co-authored by co-authored by Copilot, and it's throwing it into commits even if people didn't say so. Now, I guess you could just say, well, don't commit. Back when it was still, okay. You could obviously say, well, just don't commit through VS Code, but I feel like, you know, some people do, and it's kind of weird when it just casually slaps on co-signed by Copilot when sometimes you don't even use Copilot. So you have all the AI stuff turned off. Yeah, and also it just kind of seems like, again, another unsolicited ad. Because now every commit is casually saying you're using Copilot, even when you're not. Because the tool is just slotting it in. Why not? There was an official response on Hacker News from a guy called Dmitriv. It should be clearly outlined, I agree, but I don't feel like it's activating at the right times, nor is it something that I feel is, it's not... I don't feel like it's appropriately slotting it in. Like, it does feel very strange. But yeah, from user Dmitriv on Hacker News, I believe he's a Microsoft employee, he said, "I am the person who approved this PR, and I would like to acknowledge, hold on, and apologize for the mistake of turning this feature on." Gosh, these invisible guys, I tell ya. I don't know how easily they're showing up on stream. It's like real fine. Yeah, remember this area? Again, I don't see... I didn't wander the other way. I think you could probably assume what the corridor looks like, but it's interesting. I only walked up the one direction. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Did I even... I guess I didn't find that checkpoint station. That's useful to have, at least. But yeah, without sufficient upfront validation, sorry for turning on this feature, there was no ill intent by an evil corporation, but rather a desire to support functionality that some customers expect out of VS Code with respect to AI-generated code. As folks mentioned here, any similar tools do this as well. Obviously, it should not be on when disable AI features is on, and it should not be reporting changes that were not done by AI. I'll work on fixing those, and meanwhile, revert to default to off in the next update. And one reply just goes like, he said, "Did you guys review that code? Because it seems very, like, easy to spot a bug like that." And they said, "Oh yeah, you know, like, we did catch it internally in testing as we use VS Code for all our work." So some folks did stumble on it, but I think we underestimated the impact and should do a better job at that. And I feel like this is a curious insight into maybe how some teams at Microsoft operate, which is the scope is not very well conveyed. I think that if a problem does arise, like, someone out there is like ship fast and ship early, and even if they correctly identified the problem ahead of time and they correctly identified the scope, and they still made the call that, yeah, no, this isn't negative enough to not ship out. It's like, what? I get that it happens, but I don't like that it happens, because this does speak to a failure on someone's part. The question is, if the developers obviously missed the ball because they've had the feature working in ways that it probably shouldn't have, or alternatively, it is working in the way it always was meant to work. That's a dangerous precedent, by the way. This is the end of the section. I'm curious if you see how there's a little nook all the way in the far end, and I've completely blanked out on where I went in this map. I feel like I wandered up here. But I remember this corridor because this was... Yeah, I can't go over there. Okay, never mind. Listen, they did the symbol for me. I know. Oh well. But yeah, like, I don't like the ship early and ship often kind of mentality. And especially, it's not just Microsoft, it's a lot of other tech companies where it's like the cost to the consumer is basically, oh, we're Microsoft, we'll get it all back anyways. We're a big company, and not as in we're a big company, we can't fail, but rather we're a big company, people will generally, you know, accept the apology because they use our services in some other capacity. Like, it's very hard for people to actually, like, completely turn off Microsoft. And the answer is kind of true. It is hard to do, in the same way it's hard to go off of Google. I went to a place the other day just for some dinner, and like the waitress lady was like, oh, you know, like, you know, while you wait, you know, we have this thing if you want to, like, fill it in and just, you know, say I'm doing a good job, like, that'd be nice. And it was a tiny URL that then redirected to just the Google search for the website. But it's like, it was, the whole point was like, it was trying to do a Google review. I think that was the intention. And I'm just like, you know, Google reviews are indeed powerful. I attest to that, but why are they powerful? It's because I guess a lot of people just default to Google, but, you know, like, man, can we do anything better than Google? Is there a better place for food reviews? I guess the problem, of course, is, well, what's a resource that you would trust? It's obviously like alternative sites, but if Google is a trustworthy site to some degree for some things, then, well, if you can drop a food review on it, won't that be convenient? And I guess that's the point there. Might be some love over here, maybe. Oh, coins are maxed out again.
Shot tranquilizer.
Well, it was a secret, and I do have the trank, which I'm at least thankful that I have another weapon. You know what's amazing? The trank can't be zoomed in. It clearly has a scope right there. But no, you can't zoom it in. This is also a weapon on 4. Oh, it gets there. But he's not dead, he is just asleep. So you have to finish the job. Oh, you really have to finish the job. Oh my goodness. You know, I don't think it's that useful. I don't think it's that useful. I don't know. I don't know. You know, so... someone else reporting Super Mario 64 to Game Boy Advance. Well, you know, again, Godspeed. Like, if you can somehow pull that off, amazing stuff. But I wouldn't tear any loose hairs if it's a tough order, tall order rather. I'm worried I'm wandering around in circles again because I'm really not finding like anywhere I hadn't been. Really. Like, I'm looking at the map here, I was like, oh, I've sort of ticked it all off. I don't remember the massive ladder, though. First one runs at 5 to 15. You know... Oh no, I remember this room, though. 5 to 15 is, you know, you're improving upon 30 on a platform that is, like, incredibly underpowered in comparison. So, admirable. I wonder if you can get something close. But I also, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't guarantee it. But we'll see. We'll see. That's the joys of porting jobs. I mean, again, we'll see. I'm really just wandering around in a circle, aren't I? Because now we're back at this room, which was, I think, the room before I finished stream last week. And again, it's like, I don't think there's any secret rooms in here, unless the, well, no, it wouldn't appear in here, because I already, this was where I killed the first one. But at least we do have the respawning health and stuff. I could just stand here and get all my health back. You'll never know. Oh. I know last week you talked about the Sony, the PlayStation, I guess it's a controversy where it's locking people out of their accounts if they're, or not their accounts, but they're prevented from playing games installed on their systems if they are taking more than 30 days without being online, and it's sort of re-registering that they own the game. And I feel like I don't have any updates directly on that, but as a secondary angle to it, one part I didn't quite realize was perhaps this ties in with various age-based kinds of legislature that's kicking in various countries. So in particular, I saw one where someone was unable to even purchase a game unless they scanned their government ID and sent it to Sony, or do a biometric scan, which they're like, yeah, no, they don't want to do that one either. It's interesting this goes back a map as well. Isn't that weird? It doesn't look like it reattaches. Like, it does seem distinct from the other one. The last minute of stream, the Sony PlayStation locking people out of even purchasing games on the system unless they do a biometric scan in the UK. And to me, I'm just like, I feel like the natural like argument I would have against this is, did you expect your console to do this when you bought it? If not, I think this is a breach of, I guess. Also, the trank gun was just here the whole time. I could have just picked it up over here. That makes a bit more sense. Hi there. Is he drowning? Did I manage to get him in the head there? Interesting. Also, was I meant to be... I don't think I'm meant to do a strafe jump over here, but sure. Okay. Again, I don't really know if there's really anything here, because there's that one room. I might have to look this one up again. Isn't it weird? I can't find the optional things, but I can definitely find the, definitely required stuff. Sorry, flip the two. I can't find the required things, but I can definitely find the optional stuff. The feather is up there, which makes me very curious how to get up there. There's a bridge over there, there's a bridge over there, so you gotta come from over that side somehow. Maybe me following this bridge would be a good sign. But no, I took this bridge. Although I didn't go into this. I hadn't gone into this. I think I discovered it. I hadn't gone into it.
How may I assist you?
So if I just check the warps, I should now have the... Which one is this one? The courtyard? Who knows? They are so mean that they spawn an enemy every time you teleport like through one of these. What is happening? Seriously. But yeah, no. I think that this is the breach of your I guess customer trust. If you're doing the sort of lockout like this, because people who buy your system don't expect to do this, at least on day one. Maybe later if you make it really, really known, then maybe. But even then, I feel like the average person, if you told them, oh, by the way, you've got to like scan your government ID in order to even like purchase things on your system. It's like, players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license. After that, doesn't sound like it explains what was happening. Because if it's one time, why did it keep saying sort of it needed to be regularly checked every month? Stops being one time at that point. And I don't need to go in here, but that means I'm at the end of the level. Because this is where it ends. It goes up through this corridor at the end here, and that's the end of the level. So we're going to need to look up... Sorry for the lack of audio. I'm going to need to look up where the Sisters of Despair are. Turok, Two Sisters of Despair. Do we have a visual guide that doesn't involve anything? Maybe? When does PR... sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, but it's a bit painful. Okay, I would appreciate a location here. Oh, we do have the community artwork of the map of the place. And then it proceeds to not load, but sure. Okay. Last Sister of Despair. Ultimate walkthrough, remaster walkthrough. Check the video description, you missed the first. Please don't play audio. Someone's gonna be yelling at me right now. I wish that this this thing had the music in the menu, just so it wasn't like complete dead air as I'm trying to like look something on the other monitor. There was a guy telling me where to go on the last stream, and I've completely blanked out. Unfortunately, it's been so long since I played this game, and now it's like I just have no clue. Hold on, he's timestamped, has he? Yeah, he has. Sister 1, and it's playing audio again. Sorry. Sister 1 is in that room that I definitely went to. The first one. I think it's Sister 2 that I'm missing. Sister, the only one. How come this door is open? Why is this door open? Okay, well, okay. Let's wander back to where that room was open, and that is the... Also, had I not walked down the other end of this hallway? I'm just curious. But I think it's back a map. Yeah, had I really not walked down here? Oh my gosh, someone is going to be yelling at me. Someone is going to be yelling at me that I'd never found that feather, by the way. It was right there the whole time. Yes. Hi there. This is not why I looked up, by the way. I just was like, oh, there's a part of the map that I hadn't seen.
The spirits accept your offering. I grant you the leap of faith talisman. With this talisman, you may leap great distances simply by standing on the talisman pads.
Makes sense. True, yeah. Well, he grants me it. I still gotta pick it up. It's over here. There you go. So now I can jump when it tells me I can jump. But that's not quite where I need to be. I'm gonna go back a map. And I think it was back on this map. There you go. This should be the symbol. Woo!
Full health.
How cool is that? But yeah, I need to wander to that part in the far distance. So I believe every level, for reference, every level has... Well, maybe not the first level, but each level I should actually be looking for that feather, and then I get the ability out of that. And then at some point I backtrack and I get all these, like, 1 to 6s going on here. But in theory, I actually should be getting the feather. So I'm glad I, 1, saw it, 2, remembered to actually grab it. Because I'm pretty sure none of them actually require an ability to get on their own. But yeah, I see maybe. I mean, I still need to swim here, but this gate was open for this guy. Which means I've done something wrong. Now, it's curious that you can wander over here and then you sort of, like... Yeah, okay, I was thinking... why did this exit over there? Listen, I'm paying attention now. Ah! Ah! We're good, we're good. Don't worry, don't worry. But it's, oh, and hold on, and also, no, it's not been that moment. It hasn't happened. I closed my notes for a moment. But yeah, it's not all doom and gloom in terms of, oh my goodness, by the way, these spiders. It's not all doom and gloom in the world of, I guess, using things or buying stuff, although certainly I've got a couple of technology-related news. The first of which is some good news for Microsoft. It's almost a cruise, dang it. Some good news for Microsoft. If you are a user of Microsoft Power Toys, or Windows Power Toys, which is an optional program made by a bunch of people who are at Microsoft of kind of power utilities to help you, I guess, do some things on your Windows computer if you wanted. One of the things they've added is... there you go. One of the things they've added is... I forgot the official name that they've named the tool, but effectively it's some smart monitor support. So if your monitor supports DDCCI, you can actually change the monitor brightness, contrast, the input source, and the power state, all from this Windows program, which is very, very cool. Now, it's not unheard of, like there's other tools that do this as well, but for example, I had, what's this, the Dell Display Manager. That tool was causing me blue screens. So I uninstalled it, and then I never was able to do this functionality for a bit. I saw this guy tackle on the... I guess I probably dropped down the wrong way. Maybe there's something I didn't see down there. Like, why is this guy going down here? It's probably up here, right? Oh, I'm on a roof. I love how he waves, by the way. Oh no, I hadn't said what I said. So they've got this tool. Also, they have a new run command or a new run window in the Windows 11 Insider, which I hope will come out very, very soon. Because like, how weird is run really? Like, how hard is run when you're setting it up? Probably not too bad. It's just a program, right? Like a little thing. If you've never hit run, just hit Windows R on your computer right now. It brings you a dialog box. That is certainly still the exact same kind of dialog box from Windows 95 at the very least. That has been there for so long. And while it's had the Windows 7 Coda Paint, oh my goodness, by the way, jeez. I need my ammo. Okay. And then I started blasting. But that dialogue has been there for ages, and it could be slow. Oh, sorry. It could be faster. It could also be a bit more useful. And the tool is, so far, they've announced, one, it is a tad faster, which is nice. They've reworked it to work in the, I think the, was it the kind of not the wind forms, like the WPF kind of YAML. Well, maybe not WPF YAML, but they're using a newer framework, one that respects light and dark theme, and it generally does boot up quick, which is a nice thing to properly measure. And as for functionality, they have also added in, you can type in ~/ and it actually will run something, well, it starts looking at something from your home directory, which is incredibly useful. I think it's a shorthand that people have been wondering, will Microsoft ever cement that terminology, because it's very Unix, and there was no Windows equivalent for the home directory. Other than, of course, you could do %user_profile%, but that's a bit of a mouthful compared to tilde, so it's very nice. It's very nice. Only other thing I've really got in technology is apparently there's a... we did do it, yes, so now I can freely leave the level. Wherever the... I'm going around for ammo, which I know it keeps respawning in the exact same spot, and I just keep wandering away for some reason. So I think we're all good with this level. Yeah, I can actually leave. Isn't it weird? It's taken me a whole hour to... I did read your news about the Xbox mode, but I don't know much about the Xbox mode. I read all your news, don't worry. Unless it involves, I forgot the story you mentioned from the other week where it was just like, I missed the one line. Metal Slug. Unless it's Metal Slug, then I'll miss that, apparently. Consoleized experience of Windows. Interesting that it's on PC now. I am going the wrong way as well. Actually, I'm not going the wrong way. I can shortcut my way because I could jump this. Jump it. That was a terrible jump. I'm still not the biggest fan of that kind of UX. Because also it's like, is it really... Oh. Well, now you know how that works, which is, it's like the Portal 2 bounce pads. It just launches you in that direction, and that's it. So don't touch it unless you need it. There we go, but I should be close to ending the level as long as I take the long route around this whole outside, and I can't do anything about that one thing right now because it just doesn't let me... It doesn't let me do that thing. Also, is there a little secret path somewhere over there? Can't tell. I probably don't need to tell. Aerial Faith, that's the one. Yes. So in theory, I could actually teleport back to level 1 and probably get that. Anyways, let's save the totem. Without any of my fancy things. Oh, I'm dealing with a bunch of invisible guys. No, I'm not. I'm dealing with a bunch of guys, but not necessarily invisible guys. Come on. Come on. At least they're fixated on this totem instead of me, you know? I wonder if the totem has more health because I'm on a harder difficulty. It's kind of interesting seeing the times I actually nail a headshot and they die really quick.
Mission accomplished.
Time for a cheat, I guess. Oh, that's a success story. Okay, well, in theory, you know what? I could actually warp to that that secret. So let's head over here to the 5th level.
Game saved.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, wasn't it? I think this is the... Did I say 5th? 3rd level. We're not going to the 5th level just yet. The Death Marshes. So for reference, a lot of people recommend skipping level 2 and coming back to it after level 3.
The Death Marshes are home to the mighty Purlin.
I think this level actually plays out a lot easier.
Of ape-like creatures.
Ape-like? You're not allowed to call them
regard
that.
Humans as weak, squeaking insects, and are deeply resentful of the progress humankind has made as the centuries have come and gone.
To be fair, they've got guard towers.
Has fooled the Purlin into believing that he will
It's
turn
not
the lost
dementia, I'm
land
just
over
not
to
reading
them
it.
once they have
I'm looking
held
at
freedom.
these.
Little do the Purlin know that the Primogen intends to wipe them out as soon as Turok is no longer a threat.
Give me a bit of a break, come on.
The Primogen has armed the Purlin with a very limited reserve of high-tech weaponry and ammunition.
Swords. High-tech swords. Unless they're gunblades.
Your mission objectives are as follows. Rescue 5 prisoners.
We could rescue 4, but we thought 5 would be okay.
Destroy 3 ammunition storage facilities.
Okay, just boxes. I love boxes in games in the 90s, you know?
Locate the energy totem and defend it at all costs.
Seems straightforward, doesn't it? But you know, it's never as straightforward as it seems. And also, kind of...
Game saved.
Oh, now it saves
Game
quick.
saved. Game saved.
Now it saves kind of quick. Just seeing that going, oh, okay. No water for me. But yeah, no, I will go back to level 1 and we'll grab the thingy when I hit the next point that I can warp, because then I can warp back to this level. Kinda. Also, hi there. No, that wasn't as bad as I thought. But he did break the thing, and now I have to do, unfortunately, platforming. Oh, they're Gatling fellas as well. Oh, they really take the hits, don't they? Look at what the nasty knot did to my swamp. It used to be lovely. Also, do you like horns in your music? Sneak attack. This counts a headshot, he's got no neck. Check it out. The same pistol I haven't been using. No, they don't call it that. Fetty, get your mind out of the gutter. This is a kid-friendly stream. I guess on a game where everyone like exudes blood like the fountains. Oh, it's fallen off. Just because it's Star Wars Day doesn't mean you can drop pieces of info like that. Oh my gosh. Bees. I don't think I like this level anymore. I forgot about the bees. Oh my gosh, there's so many bees and they're so noisy as well. Like, it'd be okay if they dropped any ammo in response to me, like wasting them all like that. Take that, Buck Bumble. I don't appreciate it, so... But yeah, no, I don't know what the Xbox mode is on the ROG Ally in terms of, like, what's the usability, how well does it run compared to I guess non-Xbox mode. I guess we will figure it out on PC. It's curious that it wasn't even on PCs. Like, I get if you wanted to hyper-optimize it for that, but I feel like, you know, you could probably just create like per piece of hardware optimizations within the same program and just kind of leave it like it's a regular program otherwise. But ultimately, you do need to run Windows in a, you know, a lower overhead state of some variety. SteamOS is a great example, or Bazi is a great example. Look at this ugly mud. Ugly mud. Oh. Watch out for the mudworm. Is this music making you terrified? Because it's making me a bit terrified. Oh my gosh, how many dissonant chords can we throw at this piece of music? Jeez, bro. It's come out of nowhere, hasn't it? I assume this isn't something I can... Oh, it is! Interesting. Okay.
Game saved.
My favorite instrument, the game saved. No, Buck Bumble, how dare you! Oh, come on, Buck Bumble. How do people on controller even do this game, by the way? At least on the... I feel like everything moves a tad faster on this version compared to the Nintendo 64, because no way would they move like this otherwise. Yeah, I think that... Yeah, I was gonna say I think that probably lost, but still. Because if they were bees, their butts would break off and they'd die the moment they hit you. Yeah, wasps are jerks. Also, yes, you did hear that voice line.
Hey, over here! Hey, over here!
We're gonna need the key. The key was Bullet.
I'm free. Thank you.
And yes, he disappears, just like the lost child. Yeah, way worse. You don't want to mess with wasps. I think there was a story in the news where it's like 1,000 bees were released out of somewhere. Yeah. One other piece of technology news I have was the, we have the, Videoland has released a reference program for what they are proposing as AV2. If you remember, AV1 is a video codec, encoder codec, rather. I think I can... No, I can't destroy these, okay. Everyone likes a good old cave. Oh, I'm so glad this box is in the way. I can't walk past it, instead I have to go around this way. Oh, look. Now, if only I had a satchel... Oh my goodness, okay.
Ammunition storage facility destroyed.
Oh, did I not have to run? Oh, I did. Okay. Okay. Yep, if it was... I was just toying around with satchel charges. How far back was... I wanted to see, 2258. 2258? Hold on, wait. 2242. Yeah, that's like a minute. That's like a minute. I didn't lose any progress, don't worry.
Flashlight.
Just do this the old-fashioned... You didn't see it. That was a practice run. That was a practice run. That's a practice run, don't worry. I just wanted to see it blowing up. And now you did.
Ammunition storage
Now you
facility
did. So,
destroyed.
don't see it blowing up. You know it's blowing up. I feel like if you teleport back in, you'll probably still cop it. Oh, check it out, checkpoint station. Now we can get that one thingy from the earlier level. I don't want to go back in.
How may I assist you?
I fear that the explosions are still coming at you. Because it's really interesting, even on the Nintendo 64, how all of these maps remember, like, how... I don't know how far I have to go, by the way, to find the bit where I jump in this one. Oh, but I do remember one thing. I looked up a thing, and I'm pretty sure it's actually... Oh, it is in this section, actually. I saw one thing, and I would like to show this one thing, which is, if you shoot the birds, you can actually hit the birds and coins come out. Which is interesting. I'll hit him eventually, don't worry. Maybe I should burn all my ammo on it. I don't think this is hitting where I'm clicking as well. But yeah, if you hit the birds, I think you can kind of tell what I'm going for here. Okay, listen, I have 9 bullets, so we're gonna try and make sure I nail this one. What did I hit back there? Oh, okay. If you kill all 3 birds, this door opens. I was curious, why was this door not opening when I played this the first time?
Ultra health.
That's a secret. That is such a gnarly secret. Crazy. Crazy secret. I don't know all the other secrets off the top of my head, but that was one I saw. So, I just wanted to know that one. The jump was somewhere around the back of this area, wasn't it? Yeah, back here. This whole side cut. True, exactly. So actually, I'm curious if the backtracking item,
Primogen key found.
there we go. Gonna need that, aren't I? But I'm curious if the key or the item, the ability that I need to backtrack in level 2 is found in level 3. Because if so, that actually might explain why people recommend going to level 3 first. You gotta backtrack to 1 level, so you might as well go back for as many levels as you can. Where the warp source at the end here? Well, at least that was quick. At least I didn't need to worry too hard on that one.
Greetings, Turok.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about AV2 encoding other than we haven't particularly adopted AV1 yet, have we? Like, I know a bunch of hardware devices now can encode in it pretty decently, but like, I still can't upload it to YouTube. Look at that, picking up. It's like he's playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. You know what I mean? Exactly. Hi there. I don't think they're... Oh, they do have the ground pound attack. So hi there. You're looking very nice, Mr. Box. There we go. But I don't have too much to say about that, other than just like, yeah, it's, we're really struggling to like move off of H.264 for everything. We've had HEVC, no one particularly loves it. We've had AV1 now, it's a lot better, but people still aren't using. Bees! I think the bow is actually much better at taking out these things. There's still bees in my eyes. Oh my gosh, this guy is so short, isn't he? Also, did his gun reflect my bullet? I think it did. What are we seeing on this elusive ledge? That's right. A cheeky jump.
Shredder.
This is a very Turok 1 weapon placement, isn't it?
Game
It's
failed.
like the shotgun, except it fires these big long lasers. I mean, it's on the shotgun like one, but I think we might never use. It's a railgun that uses shotgun rounds. How amazing is that? This enemy, don't need to worry about him. Look at that! Wow, so good, so good. Finally due for some good weapons, aren't we? Listen, it's brown land. I can walk in it. Hi there. How you doing? Look, a key. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it kind of makes the shotgun obsolete. I use the single fire, like, pistol sometimes. Oh my gosh, the backflip. Oh! I use the single fire shotgun to, the single fire pistol to, you know, use 1 bullet. But, like, I generally use the burst fire one, if possible. This teleported. This probably fits in the same camp. Okay, well, there's a warp. We've got... Okay, cool beans there. But But yeah, I got one more on the technology front, well not technology front, but I got one more story, which is we've got the minimum, or the recommended specs for the upcoming LEGO Batman game on PC that comes out in 3 weeks. And I think this is especially an interesting one of note because the LEGO Batman game has, I mean, you know, I'll play the game eventually, I guess. I think I've got to come back here. I don't think I'm meant to be on that ledge right away. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not meant to be on this ledge right away, so... But I'm very certain a strafe jump might make that jump, but... That's okay. Yeah, it just kind of ends until we get to the warp here. The reason why I note these minimum specs and things like that is because I think it's important to know what hardware do people actually need to play new games? And, or at least what the companies claim people need in order to play new games. And also on top of that, what are you actually getting out of it? I appreciate that many games nowadays, when they list the specs, they list graphics presets, resolutions, and frame rate targets, and generally the specs that you require in order to get there, which I think is a good standard to hold by, because then, I'm about to talk about LEGO Batman. I think it's a good standard to have, because then it means that people can reference and go, hey, is the game actually, like, keeping up to performance, or is it degrading over time? But part of these specs, I've only written down for reference. I have to write down my notes when I do this, because I can't click off and do things. They've written down in the minimum specs that you'll need a Intel 10700K processor or a Ryzen 1700. I think that's pretty fair. Maybe saying maybe a 9700K is maybe a bit more in line, but hey, you know, that seems all fine. If it works on a Ryzen 1700, you know, that's a nearly 10-year-old processor. You might be wondering what the explosive round does, by the way. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Where's that guy? Oh, he's stealthing from up there. He's still bleeding. It's taking so long to bleed out. But the processor seems fine. It's like 10 years old. 16 gigs of RAM, which I guess nowadays is a bit of a luxury, but honestly, like, there are so many games where 16 is the minimum, and I'm like, you know, whatever. That's normal. No speed listed. They just list 16 gigs of RAM, so, we'll see if someone wants to say, hey, this game runs like terrible, and they set the RAM speed to the lowest they can possibly do. You can go below 4800 if you're on DDR5. You can definitely go below that. I'll check it out, a little warpy thing. For graphics cards, we've got a GTX 960, RX 6400, or an ARC A580. I feel like the A580 might be a tad bit more performant, but maybe Intel drivers are just like, yeah, nah, not having a field day. Do note that the 960 is an obsolete GPU. They don't do more drivers for it, so I guess they're relying on the game readiness being okay. The 6400 is a very, very weak GPU as well. But I'm glad that, hey, you know, like, there's bound to be a lot of people on some older graphics cards that will do okay, you know, maybe that seems okay, sure. But then they list at the bottom. Also, I think you need 50 gigs of SSD, like 100%. They don't list what kind of SSD, but I think the assumption, there's a guy behind me, isn't it? Yes. I think the assumption when games say they utilize an SSD is they need the random reads that an SSD typically. Oh my gosh, hi there. They need the random reads that an SSD will provide. Doesn't necessarily. I don't think anyone really tests that your game needs to be using direct storage or anything like that. Remember when, was it Forspoken came out? That was like the only game that ever asserted it needed it. And maybe that game ran like trash. So, probably explains. But the concerning part is then, well, what's the... Where's the portal? Also, hi, secret area that contains just explosive rounds? Interesting. Hey, where was this warp portal? I didn't see it. I'll go back for it, maybe. Maybe it was in that building. Because that's not a warp portal, that was a checkpoint portal. Either there or it's later? It could be later, maybe. Oh no, it should be in there. Well, it's in here, so... Oh, I was thinking maybe destroying stuff. In that case, it's the bridge. So somehow I end up on this building. Oh, okay, now it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. The concerning part about the Lego Batman thing is, what is the performance target that we are actually aiming for? It is 1080p at 30 FPS on the low preset. Okay, but including FSR or XeSS balance mode and frame gen, which, for reference, you can indeed enable on these old graphics cards. Not the DLSS version, but there's a weaker implementation that is available on these other cards. That being said, 1080p 30 with that upscaling setting, for reference, is actually running at 1120 by 630 on the Intel setting, or 1129 by 635, which is like a tad bit larger, just a very tiny bit larger on the AMD front, as your base resolution. That is below HD, by the way, I just want to add. And 30 FPS frame gen is actually 15 FPS, because every second frame has to be generated. There might obviously be an overhead, so if you have the setting off, it might do, like, 20. There is an overhead with doing frame gen, so you can't normally double. But the point is that you are effectively rendering 15 FPS at 630p, and then hoping that that apparently looks good. That is going to look garbage. That is going to look terrible.
You have found part of the nuke weapon.
And it's going to feel terrible, because for reference, 15 FPS means on average your frame takes 66 milliseconds to render. The amount of time that you do in action will be at least 66 milliseconds before it appears on your screen. Then you have to account for the delay that the monitor introduces, the delay that the game itself is handling if it handles input weirdly, your controller devices, and then your brain on top of, I guess, like having to figure this all out. And it's going to be an absolutely terrible experience, even though it's apparently 1080p 30. Never mind as well that the upscaling, obviously, if you don't have the clarity in the first place, I guess both frame generation is the exact same thing. If you don't have the clarity in the first place, then how is it going to interpolate that kind of stuff? Most of, like, in fact, actually, not even just, I'm pretty sure, Intel and Nvidia both say DLSS and all that stuff, frame gen, works well when you already are starting at 60 FPS and you go into 120. And we've seen game companies do 30 FPS interpolated to 60 as like, oh, that's fine. It's not really. And now we're starting to see game companies say 15 going to 30 is fine. It's not fine. I doubt that the consoles are going to be like this. At least the PS5. I'm pretty sure it's only on the PS5 and stuff. It might be on the Switch too. We'll have it. It might be on the Switch too. I think it's on the Switch too, but... yeah, I really worry about this performance target. I really worry about it. But on the flip side, I also feel like these are not particularly powerful cards, at least in the modern context. I wish games, and especially games that maybe look like Lego Batman, I wish they supported cards that old, because why do games, you know, like, run the way they do? They don't seem to run particularly well, but they still require hardware that's kind of intense. I love the backflip. The fact they're not shooting at me makes me feel a bit better, though. Like, some of them shoot at me, but you know what I mean. I love the jump. It's a fun level, though. I love the swamp vibes. I love jumping up on ramparts and going all over the place here. Let's work for the bit. Yeah, maybe. For reference as well, this is the first of the LEGO games that's actually using the Unreal Engine. They used an in-house engine for the longest time.
Plasma rifle.
Hey, check it
Sniper
out.
Capability enabled.
That's right, we can scope. I can't zoom in. Oh, I can zoom in. Yes. Let's not zoom in while I'm trying to walk around the ledge. I wouldn't mind that that health, but I can get it. But yeah, no, this is the first LEGO game on the Unreal Engine, and I think the Unreal Engine gets a lot of slack. Did they forget to stretch this texture at this point? This looks a bit interesting.
Game saved.
I think the Unreal Engine gets flack, but also I think the Unreal Engine gets misused. And developers are... Also, this thing uses 5 ammo a shot, which is powerful, but it's not 150 bullets. It's 30. It's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I do worry that people use... Also, it does have this, like, sniper mode. Yeah, Unreal gets, like, unfortunately used wrong in many, many contexts. And at some point, I do feel like, well, you know, there should be a pit of success. Come on. I picked up a satchel charge a while ago, so...
Flashlight.
We should be good on this one. How many of these things are there? That's not even it. Oh, I've just done a lap. I've just done a lap. Okay. I can't go that way. Okay. I think if I come back, maybe some of the boxes are destroyed and I can actually walk to the secret on the other side. I will do the experiment, by the way, on this one. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay. Make sure I go the right way.
Ammunition storage facility destroyed.
There we go. If you're curious, it's all destroyed. They correctly handled it.
Full
Which means
health.
I can go in and get my full health. There we go. Now you know. But yeah, I do hope the game is good at the end of the day. And I also hope that maybe it's a bit of a hyperbole. Like, maybe it does run well. And people are just... Not as in people are hyperbolizing, but legit, like, don't talk about 15 FPS being acceptable. Because that's not. And I honestly feel like we should really be past the 30 FPS stage as well. I think there's too many... I think there's too many games that just... I don't know. Why are we still doing 30 FPS in so many cases? We had this time and age when we were doing 60 FPS, at least interlace, but, you know, we're still trying to aim for that responsiveness of 60 FPS. This area looks familiar. Oh, because I climbed up here. Yeah, okay, I was wondering whether... the Tomb Raider side-scrolling fan game finally came out. Tell me about that, and I'll tell you about the game I played this week, which was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. In full. I played the entirety of it. Reimagining Tomb Raider in a 2D side-scrolling lens. Did he respawn on me? Ooh, the jerk. Okay, just don't drop down. That's the secret. He's doing his ground pound attack. You know, that seems fine as long as it doesn't get taken down. Ah, beast! As long as they don't take it down, which hopefully they shouldn't. Use it to build hype. We haven't had a Tomb Raider game in so long. The fact that I say I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it should ring some alarm bells. It's like, hold on. You're playing the newest game in a franchise? Yes, technically, yeah. At least until the end of the year. But I beat them. I beat them to it. Maybe coincidental, yeah. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I told, like, some mates I was playing it. I don't know if I said it on stream. But also, if he was working on this fan game, he definitely didn't hear me. So, yeah. But that seems neat. The original Tomb Raider is very, very iconic. And I feel like, one, everyone should play it. Even I've played it on stream. That's how iconic it is. But yeah, I hope it plays well. I really do. Oh, the first 3? Oh, he's done 3 of them. Oh, very nice. Oh, when I nail a headshot with that, that's very satisfying. I'm curious if there's like a secret. I can't go over there. Okay. Look, a checkpoint station. If I go in this, that's just a regular old war ball checkpoint station, yeah. Because the other one is for the feather.
Turok. How may I assist
Which I haven't gotten yet. I've been actively avoiding the health because I think you can only take it once in a whole playthrough. And I'm like, well, I'm not struggling in this level yet. Although maybe it's not as bad once I'm actually in later levels and I've got places where they just respawn the health on me. I have weapons to back up, so... but yeah... I get like 1 second in the poop. I only get 1 second.
8 lives remaining.
But yeah, oh, I didn't quick save in a while. My apologies for that one. Yeah, we're gonna have to run quick, aren't we? So I'm not wasting time. Definitely. I love I got so turned around by this one area. Oop. I'm in the rut. I'll get there, don't worry. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rich, oh gosh. Killer, okay, sure. I haven't played Killer Instinct, so. But yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's the last, or rather newest, of the Tomb Raiders until this year's Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, which is effectively a remake of the very first Tomb Raider game. I think if you think the original Tomb Raider is hard to swallow because of the controls or the presentation, I kind of agree in places. You can bear with it, can't you? At least on PC, you can quick save everywhere. But if you really can't bear with that, Tomb Raider Anniversary is a very great retelling of that one. Or just play the Legend Trilogy in general. Big P is another Big P. But Shadow of the Tomb Raider ends the reboot trilogy, or the Survivor trilogy, depending on how you want to call it, starting with Tomb Raider 2013, 2015's Rise of the Tomb Raider, and finally Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider also is an interesting one because it was marketed kind of as like the original RTX title, with which is a bit of a meme we sort of went through a while ago. I wasn't streaming or really doing anything on YouTube at the time, so I didn't really give any thoughts at the time of all the RTX stuff, but I looked at it and I said, that stuff looks cool. Oh, wow, he's really taking a ton of hits. Did I save on the way to that? Did I really, like, die and then come on.
8 lives remaining.
Okay, I'm at least glad I saved around here. But still, why was he bulking all those hits? I probably wasn't hitting him in the head, but then that was an easy one, so who knows. So obviously I was I had a bit of high hopes for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I think I played Rise of the Tomb Raider in 2020. It's been a while since I've played one of the reboot games. So I sort of just reminded myself, just watched some playthroughs of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Came back in, was like, okay, we're finally up to this one. Also, I was sort of waiting on having an RTX card. They added in the ray tracing features in a patch in March of 2019, which was actually 6 months after the game came out. And also 6 months after the RTX cards came out, which I think people were probably asking, yeah, where's the ray tracing? And they just hadn't put it in for a while. Battlefield 5, I think, came out in November, and that launched with the ray tracing features. People were wondering, where was the ray tracing, because they just hadn't released it. But here it is. Here it is. You can now play with it. The game also has a few... is ray tracing worth it? I have played... I think I've played 3 games with ray tracing, and in every single one of them, I can tell you it's... fine-ish? I'll get more into it in a little bit. Also, it's had updates since up to December 2021, adding DLSS 2.3. And like, as a game that came out in 2018, the fact that they had 3 years of updates constantly pushing the ray tracing capabilities in places, as well as the upscaling effects, is nice at least, because the original DLSS is a bit shocking. Like, it kind of works. Kinda. But it's not great. And I'm glad at least DLSS 2.3 is very competent. But I didn't end up needing to use it. I maxed out all the graphics settings and was on my 4080 and was rocking 4K 60 without needing to DLSS. It did struggle in some of the towns, and I accepted that. I was like, I'm cool with that. I did also play with SMAA as my anti-aliasing of choice, because I know SMAA is my love. Temporal anti-aliasing I think is necessary for some things, but SMAA was an option, and I went with that. I really hope I haven't been missing these guys. Because, is this really the second one? I'm free. Let's just hope they backstack these on the level. But yeah, starting with the graphics of the game. Ooh, Granado launcher. He disappeared. Exactly. Well, that's how you know. I've rescued him. He's not in the cage anymore, I guess. You might be wondering how good a grenade launcher is. Well, let's test it on the next thing I see. Actual intended path of the level, by the way. I'm not even joking. Hi there, enemy. It went straight between his legs.
Hey, over here! Hey, over here!
Oh, and I can't aim it. But it is explosive, so that's a good sign.
Hey, over here!
Never disappear. Listen, we got 2 prisoners right next to each other,
Thank you.
moments after the other prisoner.
Hey, over here! I'm free.
I'm free. That was 2 pistol shots to the head. Whoa. But yeah, in terms of graphics, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, with the ray tracing off, is still a very nice looking game. It really is nice looking. They've got a lot of things right. The ray tracing is only really used for the shadows. They're not using it for very much of the lighting. It's mostly just to compute shadow passes and have some harder shadows on the ground that's a bit more dynamic against the various kinds of objects that they're showcasing. But I would definitely say that the artistic vision of the game is not really ruined with or without the ray tracing. It's definitely there as a technical showcase more than anything else. And but that being said, it doesn't look worse with the ray tracing. I think it does work a tad bit nicer if you do like more accurate lighting. Like, you'll see a light source and you go, oh, you know, this actually does cast a shadow in the way that I expect across these objects. Which is nice, but it is a performance hit. I think with it off, I could probably average maybe a bit closer to like 90 FPS in many scenarios, where I would be a bit closer to 60 on the ray tracing setting. Also, I would like that feather, but it's on the other side of this. There we go. But that being said, I also do think it is a bit intense. Like, for a game that came out in 2018,
Help me!
and I'm running it on a card that came out like
I'm free.
late 2022, early 2023. I took my hand off the keyboard for a second. It kind of does seem a bit intense. Like, I really wish I was getting a bit more frame rate out of it. Curiously as well, I was playing Crystal Dynamics' next game, The Avengers. I played that ages ago on a 4070 Ti, and that actually ran better. So, I'm curious what's going on here. But it is a nice looking game. Lara is very well animated. Turns out I had 4 of the fight. Yeah, exactly. Lara is very well animated, which is nice. Her facial animations work very nicely, and she has... I think the light works really well off of her. I can't really pick too many complaints. The other NPCs, you know, the animation's a bit shocking in places. But also on top of that, Lara outside of the cutscenes is... maybe not the worst, but I think there's room to improve. And 1 grenade, that's right, 1. That is true. That is true. I still gotta find another one of those bases though. And on top of that, there's the, you know, we've got the feather in our cap in the moment. Hold on. I've got the spawning enemies along here. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Fall over. Oh, thank you. I am gonna need that at some point, aren't I? But we'll take the feather, and I need to deliver it there
Found a sacred eagle feather.
when it opens up, wherever that is. Oh, it's probably just up there. You know, just climb up here. It's all good.
Warp portal.
You know, that seems kind of straightforward, actually. Isn't it weird? This level just makes sense. I mean, the previous ones made sense, but something a lot more open really does, like, flow a bit nicer, you know? I don't know. Hi there, Mr. Man. How are you doing?
I grant you the breath of life talisman. This talisman will allow you to swim unharmed through poisonous waters.
Wow. Does that mean I have to backtrack to the previous level now? Maybe I should have done the levels out of order. Listen, the concerning part, obviously, is the fact that I'm still missing one of these keys. Well, listen, if we've got time on the stream, then sweet. But I seem to be crushing this level.
Game saved.
Unless I'm missing... Well, I've got the satchel charge. I've got the charge. So I think I'm set until we see the warp somewhere. That's a solid, chunky headshot, by the way. I mean, well... Jeez, bro. Jeez. I've still got to ramble about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, though, because I'm only talking about the good stuff of the game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is an incredibly mid game, and everyone who enjoys it has bad taste. The end. Kiwi did nah. I don't think there's anything wrong if you do like the game, but I don't really like it. I'm not looking at the health. I'm not looking at the health. Look at that thing respawning. Oh, nice. But certainly, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, to me, is perhaps one of the worst examples of the modern adventure genre that I can think of. As in, it follows so many predictable tropes that it is rather uninteresting. Like, I can just pick apart, like, every single game that most of these elements belongs to, some of which are already the other Tomb Raider games. Like, especially as well. Now it's been 5 years since the regular Tomb Raider. Shadow is the third one. Curiously as well, I just want to note, this game is developed by Eidos Montreal, and not primarily Crystal Dynamics. Eidos Montreal, for reference, worked on the Deus Ex reboot duology that probably was meant to be a trilogy, but ripped the budget for a trilogy. You can blame Square Enix for that one, because we were right here, we're ready for it, and they never really got around to doing it. And you can slightly tell, because Shadow of the Tomb Raider has the inexplicable urge to add hub worlds and side quests where you talk to NPCs that espouse this rather inconsequential dialogue at you to contextualize doing something for them. I have the satchel charge, but is this not the place? Interesting. Yeah, this looks probably more like the place. Slap. I'm curious. Oh my gosh, this is a bit of... this is really a bit of a run, isn't it? Jeez. Well, there you go. I didn't even miss anything on this level. I've got the feather, you know, I've got the goodie. We're doing solid. We're doing solid. Oh, there's nothing in that room. I did get the first armory. We're 3 out of 3. Oh, do you want me to go back and... Look, this one didn't even have anything in it. This one is actually worthless. I'm not going back in the first one just to grab some health, okay? We don't need to do it. We don't need to do it. But yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the hub worlds are well, not pointless, but the hub worlds just feel so slapped on. And I feel like the game would work a ton better. It is a lot easier, isn't it? It really is playing a lot more straightforward on me. Is that a ladder as well? It is a ladder. There you go. Grab some 2 health. 2 health, that's all I need. This was where I came in? No, it's where I need to go. Oh, look, a key. That's not a good sign at all. Unless I got some grenades. This is going to be terrible. At least they're constantly spawning these shotgun shells on me. Oh, they're the raptors. It's okay. All this, they've sent them all out. They've sent all of them out. Oh my goodness. Ah! What is this, Serious Sam? Okay, we're going to need to use the explosive ones. Well, that was a lot more easier with the explosive ones, wasn't it? Seriously, it really was. What was happening here, man? Woo! Hell yeah. But yeah, these side quests, all they really do is they point you towards places where there's some optional tombs and provide a some sort of story context for why you'd want to go there, even though Lara herself is very motivated by just discovering new areas. She doesn't need a reason to discover a place. She just is. She just will do that. And there are more dudes in this direction. Okay, sure. What do you get at the end of all these places? Well, the game gives you skills. Some of the skills are exclusive to finding caves, which I think is a good way of going about it, I guess. And some of them are based on the experience system, like the other 2 reboot games. You get experience for doing kills and stuff like that. Also, it's the end of the level. Wow. We're done skis. We're done already. What? How'd this happen? I'm continuing on until I hit the 2.5 hour mark, by the way. Might as well make some progress.
You must save the totem.
You must save the totem. Well, I wouldn't mind resucking my grenades, but... I really do like these guys, don't they? Spawning from the exact same place every time. Hi, do you have anything else you do? No, got for your news. But yeah, my problem though is that Shadow of the Tomb Raider has such a heavy emphasis on this combat that has remained relatively unchanged between all of their games, and yet they proceed to not really use the combat at all. I don't know what's this line going on here. Yeah, what line? Well, let's head over to level 4, I guess. That's level 5. So this is level 4. There we go. Whoops, you can see the edge of the sphere over in that direction. Don't look too hard.
The lair of the blind ones.
The blind ones. I'm just gonna talk my Tomb Raider over this.
Little is known of this mysterious race.
But, yeah, there's not much combat. And I think it all stems, my problem, it all stems from the stealth sections. This game has the most generic stealth of, like, not as in of the trilogy, but I think all the Tomb Raiders were very just of their time. Everyone was so heavily inspired by the stealth combat hybrid of Crysis. Everyone. It bled into Far Cry, where then it bled into, like, was it Bioshock at the same time, kind of had bits of it, but especially more Bioshock 2, and then very Infinite. Dishonored was also a big one at the time. Deus Ex hilariously did that. And it's just like, my problem is that it's a very fine balance. Well, I guess, yeah, you can't run Crysis. You know, honestly, I played Crysis 2 way back when, and it ran very fine on my 580. So, which was a very era-appropriate card as well. So, I wasn't paying attention to what we need to like be doing. Thermal vents, seal the vents. Okay. I mean, we'll see it eventually, but I'm not too sure if are we doing plasma? Is this a plasma level? I guess it is. Check out this doohickey up here. Also, do we just have a warp right off the bat? We do. Okay, well, I might as well go back to level 2 for a second. But yeah, the stealth in this game is so bland. And I think the problem is that despite the environments they've designed, they fundamentally miss the whole, like, challenge with having, they miss the challenge about having stealth. Also, we're going to have places like this where I can swim all of a sudden. I guess that's a grenade launcher. This is a bit new. You know the place I need to go to, so I'm going to wander over there. Guess I think that's the place. Is this the beginning of the level? It is. It's not quite the beginning, but it's pretty close to the beginning. Interesting. My problem with the stealth is that you can very easily use, and one of the early skills you get is a chain takedown. I call the skills quality of life upgrades in disguise, because I think that, you know, by the third game, shouldn't I be starting with most of these abilities by now? But no, Lara has to relearn them again and again. It's quite irritating that you just have to do that. But one of them is the chain takedown. If you ever play Far Cry 3, you know, everyone loves the chain takedown. You take out 2 enemies in stealth at a time. It's great. It's really convenient. But this game's stealth, you often get, like, detected the moment an enemy, like, looks at you, and then everyone knows you're there. Rather than, like, that enemy knows I'm there, and then the other enemies need to learn that I'm over there. No. They, it's over in this direction, isn't it? Yeah. No. If an enemy sees you, you've been seen by everyone. But that's okay, because you can still pull off the chain takedown. Yeah, exactly, hive mind. But you can still pull off the chain takedown, it's not a problem. And then what ends up happening is that all the enemies get alerted to your presence, they try to wonder where they think you are, you then just leave, you literally go somewhere else. Okay, this was back up the top. You just go somewhere else, you go into hiding, and then they all, single file, wander around the corners, allowing you to continue to take them out without actually going into the places that they're meant to be fixated and guarding and making traversal interesting. You don't have to do any of that. You just wait for them to come to you every single time.
Game saved.
Don't worry, I have this ability. Oh my goodness. You can't shoot as you're doing this. Woo! Well, this would be fun if I needed coins, but I don't. I'm worried that I've wandered around here, though, and the piece is not in this direction, because I didn't see the piece. Yeah, I've been here before. This is all for coins. Yeah, this is the... It is just like... Exactly. Exactly, except I'm not catching boxes up here. But yeah, even though that, I mean, that's fun to check out, that's not what I need to be getting. I don't know why I've completely forgotten that, like, I saw it at the end of the level, didn't I? I'm very certain I saw it, so, well, let's just wander through the level again. It's not like I walked through this whole level a moment ago. Yeah, up in this direction. There we go. But yeah, the stealth is so easily cheesed. Because the stealth is so easily cheesed, you would imagine, well, okay, well, what happens if you accidentally goof it up or you really want to start doing combat? Sometimes they force you into combat. Lara uses the same 4 weapons she has been using in all of these Reboot Trilogy games. She has a bow and arrow, which is generally just ubiquitous, because you can craft the arrows all the time. She has a pistol, she has a shotgun, she has an assault rifle. This is not the end of the level, this is the long corridor. Just the long corridor. You know, a very standard kind of adventure game weaponry that's used at the time, you know, that kind of stuff. You generally won't find too many uses for the shotgun unless you are fighting natives, because Lara likes killing natives, apparently. Also, this game takes place in Peru, I should just mention, where you then kill a bunch of cultists. It's okay. They sacrifice children. You come across a village of people, and the ones wearing blue are good. They're good people. They're just like you and me. But the ones wearing red are evil. They follow the bad guy. And even though that the people in blue are perfectly accepting of the child sacrifice angle, yeah, I don't know. But Lara seems to murder a ton of them. Like, I feel like it's kind of unfair if they're coming at her with spears and bows and arrows, and she's just like, oh, I got a grenade launcher as part of the DLC, you know, like that kind of stuff. To be fair though, most of the weaponry goes relatively unused because I don't think there's as many combat. Yeah, but most of the combat, most of the weaponry, you don't really get much chance to use them. They, the enemy encounters are often very plentiful with ammo, so you don't really have to think about it. And most of the game is just jumping and puzzles. I think the puzzles are fine. I like the puzzles in the DLC chambers a bit more, but the puzzles are okay in the main game. They're a bit easy. I played on the hard difficulty, which removes the yellow paint, by the way, and I think most of the level design is so obvious it's fine. Why did they need yellow paint? Like, the whole point why yellow paint exists is because bad level design is bad, and people need, like, extra redirection. And they think that because Doom 2016 had the green lights on all the ledges and Mirror's Edge literally painted objects red, therefore that's good design. And it's like, well, the reason why Mirror's Edge needs it is because flow and momentum is a key part of the game design, and the reason why Doom needs it is because you'd never be looking up otherwise. So they need to have something to sort of highlight there. In both cases, it's not paint. Who is going around painting ancient Incan tribes? Who's doing it? At least the others have a world explanation why that kind of stuff exists. But you can't just be like, you know, like it's, yeah, I've just got to jump to the next area. But you can't just be like, you know, the ancient explorer with paint. Yes, there is a part of the plot where, like, they comment on 16th century explorers, or Spanish explorers finding this place, or 17th century, sorry, finding this area. But, like, they didn't bring freaking, like, Dulux paint. Yeah, I don't know why I blanked out. I knew this thing was over there and I just walked to the wrong part of the level. The question is, how do I get up there? Because that's obviously, like, on a ledge that just doesn't... I mean, it kind of goes somewhere back there. I see it keeps going back. I'm curious. I don't know why I'm jumping through there. We'll try and find a way through, and if not, or if I find an icon that's just not the one I'm looking for, then, yeah, okay then. You think I would have checked this area before? Oh look! How convenient! it's so shallow. It's only there for like one moment. Okay, he hit me. He hit me in the invuln period. It's cheating. How could you? See, when you're speedrunning, when you realize I don't actually need to kill the enemies,
Primogen key found.
makes a lot more sense, does it? Now we can just leave the level, I guess. How straightforward was that? Well, not too shabby. Wow, that gives a little bit of time to continue on with level 4. Which I definitely remember which one was level 4. I mean, the symbol is right above, isn't it? Yeah, that one. But yeah,
The Hive of the Mantids.
This isn't the right level, this is level 5. Okay, spoilers for level 5.
The Mantids are an aggressive and extremely intelligent
Spoilers.
race of insects that have established a large colony in the Lost Land in recent years.
But...
The Mantids are incapable of pity,
That's right.
or kindness.
Insect base.
They exist solely to further their own
Insect
existence.
space base is level
To
5.
this end, the Primogen has persuaded the Mantids to help free him by promising to give them ripe new worlds to infest. The first world on their list is Earth.
Maybe. It might be
are being
cool.
ready to transport an army of Mantid soldiers
The
to your
question
world.
is, will I be
Destroying
struggling?
the
Because then it
master
won't be
computer
cool
will
if I'm
render the
struggling.
rift gates useless. Your mission objectives are as follows. Destroy 3 queen embryos.
My queen.
Destroy the master computer.
They have a big computer. Ooh. Take that, data centers.
Locate the energy totem and defend it at all costs.
But yeah, I generally found though that the bat. Oh my goodness! Right off the bat, I can't leave. I have to hit the warp. Okay, well, are these bleeding? Is that my blood? What do you mean I can't leave out the exit I just came in? Unless I can just save. Oh, or load. Sorry. Did I load a moment ago? No. I'm not risking it. I know. I'm not risking it. Well, let's hope I can make my way through here. Which shouldn't be too much of a problem, but... Otherwise, maybe I just do level 5 first. I'll just do that. I'll just commit to it. Why not? These guys are cheeky chasey, though. I'll tell you that. And they're dodging. You see that? Cheeky dodging right there. No, we already hit 2. We're up to 3 now. It's not too bad. I just went in the wrong door. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Force field down.
That's a big explosion. Oh, he's green and red. Green on one side, red on the other. But my biggest problem, my biggest problem with the, I guess the game design that I'd probably highlight is that, I sort of realized that a lot of the, also flying dudes, a lot of the sections where you're climbing around, I felt kind of bored. I was like, yeah, I've been there, done that. And most of the big set piece moments just were like, yeah, you know, I've seen it before. It's, oh, that's a Biendeo moment. I'll accept it because I wasn't hitting quick save and I know how far back I was on the quick save.
Sniper capability enabled.
I am Turok.
Listen, I got my life back. It's fine. Also, I'm not picking up these coins otherwise. You know, quick save's coming like a champion. This is going to be a very annoying area, isn't it?
Charge dot mag shredder.
At least they gave me the charge dart rifle. Because of course I need even more weapons. But the climbing sections were a bit dull, and I think the explanation I have... The explanation that I have is that the camera is too close to Lara. And the camera being so close means I'm playing very reactively in many cases. I'm basically... I don't jump to an area because I... do I destroy this? No, that's just scenery. Set piece. I don't know if these are things you destroy. I don't think they are. So there's something you like... Yeah, that you destroy. Although that is a secret. Maybe that was just me remembering a secret. But because the camera is too close, yeah, I don't, like, visualize an area and then figure out how do I do my jumps methodically to reach this thing. Oh, now it's destroyed. Okay, well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'm not doing it methodically. I'm instead reacting to the next jump. The next thing that I can clearly see in front of Lara, which they, which when the camera pans to the area, it's like, oh, okay, that's how I know that I'm going the right way, I guess. Or like, I need to do the right thing. Oh, this is like stun and hit. Gotta make sure I nail that every time. Okay. And I tried stunning it before, which is why it didn't destroy itself last time. Snaky alien corridors will forever still be a wonderful level trope. Like, this is a door, apparently. Apparently. I can clearly see there's something behind it. But not this door. No. It kind of looks like there's something behind it. I don't know. So, a little bit. But remember, 1999. We're predating Halo. This is just how people in the 90s dreamt. Which is kind of good fun. If you take a comparison with like Tomb Raider Legend, the camera is so far back. And a lot of the jumping is still kind of the same. She even like automatically grabs onto ledges and you kind of hit one button to jump off the ledge. The controls are somewhat the same, but it does feel much less intentional in these newer games. I'm sort of just running to the next place and then immediately jumping. Which you would say is great for pacing, but then I'm like, so why do we have side quests and really, really long cutscenes? And also, so much crawling through, like, spaces. So much, like, waiting for the game to theoretically load beyond a thing. These are some cool panels as well, mind you. This one looks even fancy. I'd imagine I could break that one, but maybe not. Platform, bro. Oh, he's coming at me. He's coming at me. I got shotgun. And then you have to take these tunnels. Do you like dodging things? You can't dodge things in here. So, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's for me. It feels like a very unexciting kind of game. The collectibles are kind of worthless. The side quests are fairly needless, and I would prefer they take the strongest parts of the game, which is mostly the tombs, and design a tighter single-player experience around it. They should make the stealth more engaging, definitely, but I would generally prefer just the combat to be completely different by this point. I get that they're keeping it up for the trilogy, but it's like, the problem with doing a trilogy where everything's the same is you have to release the games in pretty quick succession for me to not get bored with this. Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out 5 years after Tomb Raider 2013, and by that point I feel very fatigued knowing that I can point to all of these other games that had the exact same... Did I mention Rage? Rage, by the way. Wolfenstein: The New Order as well, while we're at it. And there's bound to be so many other ones as well, which have... GTA 5, I guess, a little bit? A little bit? There's so many games that are like... I'm making a face right now. I'm not too sure. Was the room killer? And I just didn't realize that I was in killer room. Maybe. That wasn't a good sound. Okay, sure. It feels so rough. And it's a bit of a shame as well. Also, the graphics sometimes bugged out. I actually just want to comment on this one. The RTX, when it works, it's great. But sometimes you'll get that really weird screen space effect where it's clearly, like, bleeding temporally. And it also starts, like, flickering. And it's kind of harsh on the eyes. 5? We skipped 4!
Hyper capability enabled.
You can't skip 4. There you go. Funny number of health. Very important.
Game
and I've saved here, so if the next room kills me, then that's on me. Actually, even better, I can do you one better than saving there. I can save here.
Saved.
Yeah, you skip 4. And that's the same moment. I was just experimenting and seeing that there were turrets. What a bizarre, like, filter right there. What's going on here? Are there some on the back one? No, it's just those two. I crouch like it's Counter-Strike. I don't need to. I did look at my health, yeah. Oh, he's coming at me, and he's still alive. Okay. But yeah, you can definitely experience some weird graphics issues despite all the updates they've done, and I'm curious if that was later introduced, or whether that's, these are some disappointing platforms, aren't they? Listen, we've got 4 of them. One of them has to work, right? Okay, mental note. Not mental note. This is required. I don't imagine you shoot these, because it didn't really work last time, but... I don't suppose there's anything cheeky about this room. I mean, it kind of looks like a thing I interact with, but oh, it does. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. I figured it out. I figured it out, don't worry. Don't worry. Then I have to do platforming. What else? My teammate's legs disappeared at one point. There's various parts where the lighting just kind of like goes in and out because of LODs.
Game full health.
There's a bunch of weird ones in there, and Oh, also, the sound engineer needs to be fired because there are so many times when I stab someone and then they kept talking. Like, what is happening there? And also on top of that, there's a setting, and I want to comment on the setting. There's a sound setting called immersive audio, which changes the dialogue. It says from the spoken language to the native language of the character. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That means that, you know, like, we'll be speaking Spanish or Spanish or Portuguese maybe. Maybe a native Incan or Mayan, because there's a lot of Mayan stuff that gets mixed up in the middle here. It turns out it only applies outside of the main story cutscenes, and it also doesn't apply to Lara. So when you turn this feature on, in these side quest cutscenes, the character will speak slower because this dialogue just generally, I don't know, it's harder to pronounce, I guess. That's expected, but then Lara will respond in English. And it's such a jarring conversation, and I really don't like the feature because of that. And especially, yeah, because it's inconsistent. Not a pun, because it's inconsistent. But like, yeah, oh, it's so underwhelming, so... Did I hate the game? Not really, like, it's still fair. Me calling it unoriginal doesn't mean it is poor. It plays fairly fine, but it plays somewhat automatically as well. Give me the flamethrower, and as if I can actually utilize it from this distance, you know, like... Maybe. I know if you tap the flamethrower, you can actually get a lot of time out of it. Just give it a bit of a tap. Oh, wrong one. Now I'm juggling so many weapons, though. Isn't it weird that, like, the whole previous stream it was, like, pistol, shotgun, hope for the best, bow and arrow. And now it's, like, all these fancy ones that I love using. It's great. This game's got great weapons, but you gotta give it space. Also, crazy jumps. It's been a while since we've had crazy jumps. Yeah, I guess that's the only problem with the flamethrower. It takes its time, doesn't it? Anyways, quickfire, dump your news on me. Because I know you're going to want to say them. Say the most important ones. But yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 2.5 star. I think it's fine. If you like the previous ones, you will continue to enjoy this one, I guess. I'm getting sniped again by more turrets, oh my goodness. But is it amazing? I don't know. I played an hour of Donkey Kong, by the way. Donkey Kong Bonanza. But I have nothing to really say other than... is the frame rate really like that? It kind of looks like it's hitching at points. I'm just curious. Not in intense points as well, just in like weird action parts. Maybe like a stylistic thing. But I've only played it for an hour. I have really not much to say.
Game saved.
Oh, was it just one turret? One turret! Popular Croix. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that one. These remind me of the things that live in my attic. Is that... Did he really take like 4 shots? Does he even die from the top? Maybe not. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave, if you don't mind. There we go. You know, these guys are really starting to tick me off. See what I did there? Phrase on the server made it, very nice. Thank you, Phrase. So the thing I should or... I'm concerned about ammo again. I'm very concerned about ammo again.
Game saved.
This Half-Life. Darn level design here.
Game saved.
I do have this. Maybe utilize this a bit more.
Plasma rifle.
Oh, never mind, we got a bit more ammo.
Capability enabled.
At least you can wait under them, and they don't shoot you from a distance. At least you have that under your belt. But oh my goodness, it's so annoying walking into a room and these things just absolutely nail you every time. So everyone likes a good big enemy. Making versions of the C64 and ZX Spectrum as... Oh, interesting.
Game saved.
And interesting on that one. I'm curious why, like... maybe not why, but like... I'm curious if we'll get like... sort of... emulator-style devices or that are like not locked to one console. Because as much as I like the Commodore 64, gosh, that's a tough sell for people, really. Whether you like it or not, all of these consoles compete with, or sorry, all of these like rebranded or remarketed consoles, they all compete with emulators. Every single one of them. 25 games. Do you have to download the games, or is there a place to buy them? I thought I was getting shot from somewhere. He's shooting me over there. Where the heck goes that ammo? Oh my gosh, I hate that that goes through people's legs. Yep, it just goes through legs. That was a good shot, though.
Saved.
It's nice to connect the keyboard.
Game saved.
You know, I actually reached for the 6 key, but that actually worked too. Yeah, I think these guys are shielded on the top. Or it's like me hitting a headshot like this. Maybe. 2,000 oh, limited run game right there. Just want to add, Tom, are you still digging this level, or is it like, oh, it's very mazy, it's very... No, I'm finding it's alright still. Other than this enemy placement, what is happening here?
Game saved. Shredder.
It's very, like, Doom 64 hilarious level design, isn't it? One day I'll get to that one. We've got too many shooters to play through otherwise. Too many sequels. Yes, you did. Yes. You mentioned Mr. last week. Oh, this is a trap. This is a trap.
Firestorm cannon. Game saved.
It uses the plasma, but I assume it's more pew-pew. And I didn't open this door. Did I need to find something to open this door? I went to this whole track. We didn't open that door. Getting a weapon is cool, but not opening the door. Hold on for note.
Game saved.
Oh, that is... excessive. Actually, it might not be excessive, because it only fires one round a go. Might be okay. Maybe. It'd be kind of funny. Yeah, I left a lot of these guys alive. Listen, everyone loves weapons with spinny bits. Everyone. No exception.
Game
Look at these
saved.
croc-style platforms, I tell ya. Is that a guy shooting me from the beyond? Oh, it is. Just because I missed this thing. Just because I missed that. I wandered the wrong way. Well, that's okay. We can backtrack back up. Apparently modders have found an extra USB port hidden in the original Xbox. That's interesting. I assume by hidden I mean like it's on the motherboard, but it wasn't like ever wired to something. I'm very curious like what kinds of extra functionality you even like get out of just extra USB port, you know? But I am curious, like, one side point, I saw a comment that was like someone used a bunch of AI to sort of like re-implement WSL in Windows 95, which is really, really bizarre to me. Novel, and also clearly it's like it's an experiment. It's not like really going into it, but he also was like, yeah, it kind of works, which is really weird. The console only had 4 control ports. Yeah, interesting. Oh, and I guess the controllers were USB devices by extension. Yeah, this feels much nicer to use against these guys. There you go. I am digging this weapon. This one is my jam right now. And he's right behind me, isn't he? Probably gonna burn through ammo real quick, but you know what? It's kind of fun as I use it. What the hell? Personal news. Oh, how personal are we talking? Also, hi there, secret enemy. It's right off the bat. Treasurer teasing a new Guardian Heroes related project.
Game saved.
Okay, when you say personal, as in you personally like Guardian Heroes. Or Treasure.
Launcher.
I like Treasure too, but... Hello, Mr. Man. How you doing? Oh, he's in the wall. Treasure alert. Gem alert right here. So now this is the kind of like circle strafing, crazy gameplay I think we were waiting on instead of me constantly getting ambushed in hallways all the time. I could have been using the shredder the whole time. I don't think these things are good against the shredders. No. Which one's the... Where is it in my list? Now we get to the fun part where I've got too many weapons. There we go. Hold on, I'm pretty sure I hit 6 and that was it, yeah. Oh, 6 goes to the other one. Okay, maybe I should change that. Since GH was a Saturn game, when you say GH, you know, I just read Guitar Hero. I know you meant Guardian Heroes, but it's Guitar Hero. To which I go, Guitar Hero was on the Saturn? Confirmed?
Shredder.
Listen, you can port Guitar Hero to a lot of systems. I'd actually love to see like someone demake it for a PS1. I guess, where's the practicality in that? I mean, yeah, but still, it'd be kind of funny. Okay, I have hit all the switches, I think. Switches get stitches, and these switches are stitching for a stitch. Switch. True, there was Guitar Freaks. True. Did I not hit every switch? Why, yes, my health is 203. Thank you for noticing. Over health is no problem. Just keep it going. Why not? Ah, he's ruining it. He's ruining it. Oh, I hadn't hit that one yet. Probably end the stream on the next map as well. Treasure acknowledging announcement. Look forward. I love cryptic tweets. But I don't know, Fetty, you know me. If they tease a thing, that doesn't scream a lot to me. That's just, oh, they're just hyping a fan project. Or not fan project, but they're just hyping a thing. If they aren't showing it, they aren't doing, well, it's not done yet. They gotta do it at some point. I actually wonder if they even do experience burn damage, or whether it's just like, I have to hold it down on them enough. I don't know if they do burn damage. Oh! Yeah, he really takes his time dying, doesn't he? That's fine for treasure. That's fine, but yeah, you know. Oh look, we even got a checkpoint station. You know, the first one. The first one, I just want to know. This is the first checkpoint station I've seen in this level.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it's like level 2 is the most complex one? You see what I mean? That's the first one. if they've done nothing for a decade and a half as well, I'm very, very curious about the personnel lineup, because sometimes you get companies where they use the name, but they don't use the actual talent. Which is why, like, I remember when Nordic bought the THQ brand name, and they made a big deal about, or not a big deal, but they made it quite clear. It's like, we're still Nordic, but we want to be the home of various THQ franchises. So, well, I think that's a good spot to call it. We've hit bang on 2 hours 30. It's 11 o'clock. I think that's a good spot. Fetty, if you want to run through your news stories very, very quick, because I know you're about to go a bunch. AI generated. Alright, fine. We'll do one more map just for you, Fetty. But you gotta rush through your stories. It's 11 o'clock, I gotta sleep at some point. Oh, I talk about Shadow of the Tomb Raider the streets. That's my thing. This is a fun room that I can bound to open up some stuff in later. I at least appreciate I've got a range of weapons right now. Apparently Smash Brothers for Nintendo 64 got a PC port that's 100% AI generated. Listen, if it's 100% AI generated, that means... it might work, but oh my goodness, maintaining it. Maybe. Who knows, we might get to a point in time where the AI generated code is usable. It depends on the scale of the project. I feel like an AI generated port of Super Mario Brothers would actually not be too rough. Like the NES one. I like how I had health a moment ago. I just wanted to add that. 2 more news. 2 more news. I wonder if some weapons are just better than others at the taking out these turrets thing. Oh, you're kidding me? He's right in the corner.
Saved.
Sony's giving... I'm still skeptic of it. I'm still really skeptic. I mean, it could run, but if it's unmaintainable, it's kind of besides the point. Oh, come on.
Force field down.
Ghost of Tsushima, are those PC ports in particular, or are they just general sales numbers? Also, are they quarterly, or... I need to see Nintendo's numbers for the previous quarter, because I'm very curious of the point in time that the Switch one becomes the best-selling console of all time. We haven't gone there yet, but we could get there fairly soon. Oh, first month of release. Those are good sales, and especially given that every single one of them was released later on PC. Like, that's people going back. I don't mind a delayed release on PC, because I mean, people on PC are gonna play, regardless of the console status, I wonder if we should come up with a better term than PC, It's ubiquitous, I guess everyone uses it, but apart... Oh my gosh, you're shooting through the meshy wall. You know what I mean? It's such a weird term, isn't it? He thinks it's poor results. I think that's fine. Like, how much effort are you putting into a port job, A fair bit. I'd imagine it costs a few million, but at worst, I don't think it should cost more than, 30 million. And 30 million's a lot of dollar to do a port. 30 million for a $60 US game. Maybe stretch it down to $42 actually ends up in Sony's pocket. And if it's first party, then, it should go directly. I do remember, you're going to tell me who's directing it, which is a funny pick, isn't it?
PFM layer.
I wonder what the F in PFM stands for. Oh, that reminds me... Oh, that didn't really hit the other ones, did it? That's a funny weapon. That's a real funny one, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know, to me those look like okay numbers. Like, maybe 200 and something thousand for some of them on... Because obviously, it will be bigger on a first month than later months as well. But I think on PC, the sales are often a bit more slower burn. There's some games that do remarkably better. Like, for example, Kerbal Space Program did its best, like a couple of months ago when the Artemis launch happened. The best it's ever done. Just all of a sudden. You know, if you're selling the games forever, hopefully. So just continually make the profits forever. It's quite a straightforward thing. I don't know why these people are absolutely chasing the profits in 1 month. Although it is a good indicator of how well it will do eventually. Interview why a pathetic keyboard. Okay, I hate... Yeah, it does read a bit weird. I don't think that necessarily invalidates him from doing the live action rendition, but it is kind of curious that, like, he said that about video games, about this particular video game 13 years ago. Yeah. I hope he doesn't pull the whole games as art crowd, you know, like the post-Gamergate kind of stuff. Which, I think the people who are big on the Gamergate stuff, it's like, they are seeing a bunch of flops recently, and I have nothing to say about that. There's a game, I think we meant, did we mention the one by, like, driven by the Imagine Dragons guy? I forgot I don't know the name of the game, but, like, it's driven by the Imagine Dragons guy. And it's a 5v5 hero shooter, I think, or it's 6v6, whatever. It's shut down after 2 weeks! It's so under the radar, no one even knows it's the new Concord. No one even knows what it is. It's crazy. I don't even know the name of the game. Look it up. It's somewhere out there. So, yeah, true. I don't like giving stuff for people who don't like the kind of stuff. If anything, as well, I think the people who do the best job are the people who understand it on both ends. Like, they're not like absolutely gushing over it. Yeah, it is very funny. Maybe I'll talk more about it later because I don't know a ton about it. But there we go. We've got some progress. I've got 2 of the keys for level 6 here. I've still got to go back to level 4 for those keys. As well as also we've got to get the doodad and backtrack a couple of levels on the way. But that's okay. I haven't made any mission progress here, but I assume the Queen Embryos are near the end of the level. So there we go. It's not sort of just in time, sort of. But yeah, good place to call it. We're making some progress, so thank you guys for coming along. If you enjoyed the stream or you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. I know both of you follow on Twitch, but if you are a random viewer and you aren't following on Twitch, you can watch me stream every 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. And that's it, Mondays only. The VOD will be on YouTube as always pretty soon. I don't know if anything weird is happening with YouTube. I think it's fine. I was seeing some shocking things about like ad placements and stuff on videos, so if you're having weird ad placements, just, you know, there's ways of getting around it. I don't care. Don't worry. Go for it. Google, I didn't say anything. I just said, you guys gotta up your game. People can get around it. Isn't that weird? Anyways, follow me on the Fediverse for funny things. And read my backlog. I wrote a lot of stuff on the Xenoblade and Shadow of the Tomb Raider that I didn't necessarily mention here, so give that a check out as well. But otherwise, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late, and have a solid week. We didn't talk about Star Wars at all. I have nothing to say about Star Wars. Anyways, see ya, fellas.